My precious child. Today, I want you to feel the shift in the atmosphere around you. The dark storms that once loomed above your life, those clouds of fear, despair, and heaviness, are beginning to move. My divine wind is blowing gently, but powerfully, scattering the gloom that has obscured your view of hope. Can you feel it? The air is changing. A new season is unfolding, not someday, but today. This day is bathed in possibility, a sacred moment bursting with purpose and soaked in my light. It's not by chance that you are here, reading these words. I am inviting you to take your first step out of the shadow and into the glow of my presence. I have never left you, not for a heartbeat. And now, I am drawing you close to whisper, this is the beginning of something new. From this day forward, every step you take can be led by my divine purpose. You are not wandering aimlessly, you are being guided by a love that knows no limits and a wisdom that never falters. Even when the road ahead looks uncertain, I am lighting your path. I see your heart's longing, your quiet prayers spoken through tears, and your brave silence when words wouldn't come. I have not ignored your cries, I have caught every one like a precious raindrop. I know how heavy the burdens of life can feel, finances, family, loneliness, fear. But I am not asking you to carry them anymore. My strength is yours now. I am lifting the weight you were never meant to bear alone. Even if others have failed to see your struggle, I have not. Even if you've questioned whether your faith was enough, I see it for what it truly is, a flame that refused to go out in the wind. You are stronger than you know, not because of what you've done, but because my spirit lives in you. So take a breath. Let my peace begin to seep into the cracks of your soul like morning sunlight through broken blinds. Feel the warmth of my love rise in your spirit. This is your new beginning. The storm is passing. My light is breaking through. Step into it. There were days you didn't have the strength to speak. You lay in bed with a heart so heavy, words felt too small to express the ache. I heard your silence. I felt your breath catch when the tears came without warning. I was with you in those quiet moments, yes, even then, when your soul only managed to whisper through a sigh. Do not believe for a moment that your silence meant I was absent. I was nearer than your own breath. I was watching over you, covering you with grace even when you didn't know how to ask for it. Some days you wondered, why won't God answer me? But I was already speaking, just not always with words. I was answering through that moment of peace that came out of nowhere. Through the person who unexpectedly encouraged you. Through the strength that returned after the tears had dried. My beloved, I have never stopped responding to you. I've simply been preparing the right moment, the right way, and the right heart posture so that when I speak, you will recognize it as undeniably me. You thought your faith was fading, but I saw it differently. I saw a flickering flame that refused to go out. I saw a soul clinging to me even in the dark. And that is faith, not perfection, not performance, but perseverance. I honor that kind of faith. I dwell in it. I move through it. I am drawn to it. You've carried burdens for your family, your children, your future. Responsibilities that weighed like a yoke across your shoulders. But I want you to know, I'm lifting that weight now. Not because you failed, but because I never intended for you to carry it alone. Come to me with all that you hold. Let me carry what is too much for you. I saw how you chose kindness even when you felt empty. How you gave even when your own hands were tired. That didn't go unnoticed. Not one sacrifice was wasted. Not one gesture of love, one prayer whispered for another, went unseen. I stored them all like seed sown in faith. And now, the time is coming. I am the Lord of the harvest, and what you've planted in tears, you will soon reap in joy. What you watered with faith in the dry places, I will cause it to bloom. Where you once saw only shadows of disappointment, you will begin to see light breaking through with unexpected beauty. So stay close. Keep walking with me, not because the path is easy, but because I walk it with you. You're not stepping into this season alone. My arms are around you. My voice is guiding you. My peace is restoring you. This is not the end. It is the unfolding of something long prepared, something holy, something full of promise. You may have felt unseen. But I see you fully. You may have questioned your worth. But I call you priceless. You may have doubted your voice mattered. But even your sighs reached the throne of heaven. And now, I'm answering. Gently, lovingly, powerfully. Stay near. This story isn't over. You have waited patiently in the quiet seasons, often with tears in your eyes and questions in your heart. You have walked through days when it seemed like nothing was changing, when your prayers echoed back without reply. Yet through it all, you remained faithful, even if barely holding on. And now, hear me clearly, the season of waiting is shifting. The time of harvest is near. You sowed with hope even when the ground looked barren. You believed when no one else understood your faith. You knelt in prayer not once, but again and again, even when the answers didn't come right away. And I saw every moment. I counted each seed of trust. Nothing was overlooked. Nothing was wasted. I am the Lord who keeps covenant, who remembers the offerings of the faithful, who honors even the smallest steps taken in obedience. Every act of humility, every quiet moment you spent in my presence, has cultivated something in the soil of your spirit. And now, my rain is falling. My light is breaking through. Growth is happening, beyond what your eyes can yet perceive. Where there was once only dryness, you will begin to see color, beauty, and renewal. In the places where disappointment once lingered, I am planting new beginnings. Do not mistake delay for denial. What looked like a pause was preparation. What felt like silence was me building strength within you, maturing your faith, and deepening your roots. The fruit is coming. Not just any fruit, but one that is rich, lasting, and born out of perseverance. Your future is no longer distant, it is unfolding step by step, moment by moment, in alignment with my perfect timing. You have carried so much on your own. And still, you gave me your yes. That yes matters more than you know. That yes is what I will use to unlock doors you didn't know existed. While others rested, you kept building. While others doubted, you kept praising. While others retreated, you pressed forward, often with trembling hands, but always with a heart pointed toward me. So let me say this to you plainly, I am rewarding your faith. Not because you earned it through striving, but because you remained connected to me when you could have walked away. Your faith did not go unnoticed. Heaven recorded every act of courage you displayed in secret. Now, I am opening paths, divinely orchestrated ones. I'm aligning relationships, positioning resources, and removing obstacles that tried to block your way. Where others have fallen, you will rise. Where doors slammed shut, I am creating new entrances no man can close. Lift your eyes. The view ahead is changing. Where you once saw limitation, now see opportunity. Where you once felt stuck, now feel the shift. Your breakthrough is not a distant hope, it is already beginning to break the surface. Walk forward with confidence, child. Your steps are ordered. Your hands are blessed. Your heart is being renewed. Let go of what's behind. The new has begun. As you begin to sense the shift, know this, the steps you're taking now are not only guided, they are protected. You've entered a new chapter, and with it comes a fresh covering of my presence. You do not walk alone. I go before you, beside you, and behind you. My angels have been assigned to guard what I have ordained in your life. Every promise I've spoken, I am watching over to fulfill. There is no danger I have not already accounted for. No enemy can outmaneuver my wisdom, and no shadow can outshine my light. In the quiet of your home, when the world grows still and your thoughts begin to wander into fear or uncertainty, remember, I am standing watch. My spirit hovers over your household like a blanket of peace. I do not sleep. I do not grow weary. Every detail of your life, yes, even the ones you consider small, I am fully aware of. There have been nights when you wondered, is chaos winning? But even in the hidden moments, I was working behind the veil, rearranging what needed to shift, silencing threats you never heard, and softening hearts you didn't know needed changing. I'm not absent in the delay. I'm present in the orchestration. You've longed for peace that doesn't come and go with circumstances. And I say to you now, my peace is not fragile. It is not based on external comfort. It is rooted in who I am. When the winds of change swirl, let my peace be the still point in your soul. Breathe it in. Let it steady you. You may have looked around and compared your journey to others. You've seen what seemed like faster success, easier paths, lighter burdens. But what I'm doing in you is not ordinary. You're not being overlooked, you're being refined. Others may have reached milestones, but I am building a legacy through you. What I'm establishing in your life will not be shaken, because its foundation is my word and my spirit. So do not envy the temporary sparkle of others. Your light is not flickering, it is forming. My favor over you is not to be rushed or borrowed. It is unique, handcrafted for your destiny. I've not called you to copy, I've called you to carry something sacred. And in this season, I want you to draw closer, not out of fear, but from trust. I'm not asking you to figure it all out. I'm asking you to stay near. Make space for me each day, not as a task, but as a meeting between two hearts that were always meant to be one. In that quiet space, I will speak, not always with volume, but always with clarity. Let go of the pressure to be perfect. You don't have to perform for me. You don't have to bring the right words or spotless behavior. You simply need to bring yourself. I already know the depth of your thoughts and the longing of your heart. I do not shame you for your weariness. I carry you in it. And when you feel like you're at your limit, I will be your strength. When the path feels too narrow, I will broaden it with grace. When doubts whisper again, I will drown them with truth. You are safe. You are seen. You are surrounded. Stay anchored in me, and you will not be shaken. Now that you've drawn near, now that your heart has rested in my presence and your soul has been steadied by my peace, it's time to walk forward in the identity I've always spoken over you. Not as someone striving for approval, but as one already deeply known, fully accepted, and divinely appointed. You are not here by chance. You are not a result of circumstance or accident. You were intentionally crafted, designed with heaven's breath and assigned a mission that only you can fulfill. Before your first breath, I etched your purpose into eternity. I wrapped glory into your spirit and truth into your bones. The world may not have recognized it, but I have never forgotten. When life attempted to convince you otherwise, when pain tried to silence your calling, I remained faithful to the masterpiece I was forming. Every setback was not a sign of failure, it was me anchoring your roots deeper so your fruit would endure longer. Every tear was not a waste, it was water for the seed I planted long ago. You've battled storms and endured seasons where the wind howled louder than hope. But you're still here. Not because you never stumbled, but because I never let go. You're walking forward now not in your own strength, but in the overflow of my spirit alive within you. So rise, beloved. Rise in confidence, not arrogance. Rise in purpose, not pressure. Let the world see what grace looks like when it finds a willing heart. This is not just a fresh chapter, it's the beginning of a new era. One where you speak with authority not borrowed from others, but birthed in intimacy with me. One where you lead not for recognition, but from the quiet conviction of a heart rooted in eternal truth. You are not simply surviving, you are being sent. As a light bearer. A peace carrier. A living testimony that I still redeem, restore, and revive. Yes, some days will be hard. Some people may still misunderstand you. But remember this, their opinions do not write your story. My word does. And I've declared you victorious. The enemy's voice has tried to convince you that you were too broken, too late, or too flawed to fulfill what I've placed in your heart. But I say, look at the cross. There is no failure too deep for my redemption, no wound too painful for my healing, no delay too long for my plan. You are still in the center of my will. You're not behind. You're not disqualified. You're right on time. Now, walk boldly. Walk with grace. Walk with eyes lifted and heart anchored. Your future is not something you need to chase. It is already prepared. And I, your God, will walk you into it, one step at a time. Speak life, even in barren places. Pray like the breakthrough is already done. Love with no restraint. Forgive freely. Live fully. Shine unapologetically. Because your light is not your own, it is my glory rising through you. This is the moment you've been prepared for. The world may not understand the weight of what you carry, but I do. And I call it holy. So go now, child. Take everything I've poured into you, every whispered promise, every tear turned into oil, every lesson wrapped in fire, and walk with purpose. You were not created to remain hidden. You were made to reflect my glory. And now, that glory is rising.